One of my areas of development last term was that I said I needed to make my movements bigger, especially in choreography. So I've been doing this by making sure when I'm marking the choreo and learning the choreo, I'm marking it as big as possible so that when I'm actually dancing it full out, it's gradually looking much bigger than it was before, which is great. Another area of development was how low I can get when I'm dancing. Due to my short Achilles, my plie is really short. So this then makes it really hard for me to bend my knees more without having to take my heels off the ground. I've been battling this by doing the stretches that my physio suggested. These won't help straight away, but if I'm doing them every day, then they definitely will help in the long run. One of my flaws in breaking was being too repetitive in my freestyle, so I've been battling this by trying to learn as much new material as I can and getting much more comfortable with being on the floor so that it's not as drastic of a change when I have to change the floor. I'm hoping this will be helpful for assessments, especially because I was really struggling when it came to doing the rest of the round on the floor. Another area of development was my flexibility was holding me back in some of the moves that we were learning in breaking. I've been focusing on improving this by using the app called Bend, which is an app that lets you pick what stretches you want to do, how long you want to do it, and then times it for you, tells you when to swap sides, etc. So as you can see, I've been focusing on my front splits. I think this is really beneficial for my breaking and just my dancing in general throughout all the styles. My main struggle in locking was my arms would get too tired to the point where I'd just be losing all of the technique that we just learned. So I've been trying to focus on this by doing some arm exercises at home, trying to get them a bit stronger so that I can maintain that technique and have a better stamina when we're in class. I still remain mostly more confident when we're doing choreo in classes and locking, but I've been trying to send this through to my freestyle rounds as well by maybe focusing on a character or focusing on a certain attitude. Realising I can be funny with it is actually helping me quite a bit as quite a funny person. It's helping me kind of bring myself into my freestyle a bit more. A big thing I struggled with in-house was not being able to keep up with how fast we were going and not knowing where I needed to put my weight. I've tried to battle this a little bit by asking Troy to go over things slowly and letting me record it so that I can go home and practice and try and understand it more without having to do it in a class setting with everyone watching. This has helped me come into the next class feeling a bit more confident and ready for house and at least having a better understanding of what I need to be doing to make it work on my body. This has definitely been helpful and I'm going to keep doing this if there's ever something that I really just don't get the first time round. One of my problems in popping was my left arm didn't really tend to finish my waves, so what I've been doing to try and fix this is just making sure I'm drilling it really slowly, just making sure that I'm articulating every single wave. Going over it so many times is definitely helping it stick in my brain. I've also found that if I press my thumbs into the finger next to them, then it helps me tuck them in whilst I'm waving. Another flaw of mine was that when I was doing fixed point, I wasn't picking it up from exactly where I dropped it, so this was losing the effect and then it just wasn't looking good in my freestyle. I've been training this as well in the same sort of way, making sure I'm really looking at where I'm holding to just make the effect even more believable that I am actually picking up something. This helps me focus on where it is as well. Now I'm going to be talking about Healthy Dancer again and what that means to me. I think this term, the one thing I've really focused on to benefit my training is making sure I'm getting enough rest, which has been really helpful. It's also really important to eat well, so here's a few meals I've been having. This is just some pulled pork tacos with guacamole and lime, so you've got your meats and carbs and healthy fats in there as well. This is another meal, it's just wings, rice and broccoli, so once again you've got all your food groups there to keep you fueled for the day. I've still kept this setting on my phone so that night shift turns on at 10 p.m. This just helps me kind of get off the screen vibe before bed and help me get off my phone easier. And I've been making sure that I'm still getting out and doing things that